YouTube! PAX East is over, and it was really fun, actually. I've been to every PAX East so far, as I mentioned in my last video. It was great. I actually enjoyed it more than I have the past few PAXs, surprisingly. Unfortunately, I had stayed up the entire night before Thursday working on my costume. A lot of you joined me on Twitch. I did a 9.5-hour cosplay construction stream. Didn't actually finish Zelda at the end of the day, but I had something enough to wear, so I had a cosplay. The cost of finishing enough to wear was me being completely exhausted all day Thursday, and Crystal did the same thing, so she was also dead. You were just, If there's one piece of advice that I can give you cosplayers is to not procrastinate, because it's not fun going to a con and just being so exhausted your first day that you don't want to do anything except sleep. But despite being a walking zombie, I did get to explore the expo hall on Thursday. It was really cool. This is the first year that PAX East has had a Thursday badge day, and the expo hall was really chill. There was less people. The lines were shorter. It was really awesome to be there on a Thursday. Thursday was the day to go, which was interesting because Thursday was the day that didn't sell out, which is why it was so nice. I'm not sure if it'll be like that in future years, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. Friday and Saturday, I did really get to focus on the expo hall, especially because I didn't have a badge for Sunday. So I didn't play a ton. I played a few indie games. I walked around and watched other people playing a lot of things because I didn't really want to wait in line for an hour for a lot of games that I haven't heard of. Happily, I was able to get a My Nintendo pin, which I really wanted. And to get these, all you had to do was log into your My Nintendo account and have a QR code scanned at the booth. And there was no wait, so this was awesome. This was a nice little incentive from Nintendo. To play the actual games at the Nintendo booth was another story. If you were lucky enough to get into the convention center very early, which is difficult because the line starts much earlier than the actual convention center expo hall opens. But if you're in the front of the line and you go straight to Nintendo and you have your QR code scanned immediately, then you're lucky enough to get a nice return time. Those return times ran out within the first half hour of every day, and every single day I got in 2 hours after the expo hall opened, so that was just not happening for me. However, the wait to get into the booth wasn't as bad this year as it has been in past years. We waited about 2 hours. It wasn't the end of the world. It was still kind of a long wait, but I had to play Nintendo games, that's why I'm there. So on Saturday, I finally got to put my Zelda costume on. It wasn't done. You can see on the bottom of the costume here, there's a lot of details missing, but it was wearable, so I wore it. And of course, this was the day when I was wearing heels and my feet were killing me, and I was super sweaty because my costume's so hot that we waited in line for 2 hours to play Nintendo games, but that was on Saturday, so if we didn't wait in line, we wouldn't have gotten to play. I would say it was worth it, though, getting in there. Nintendo just had a ton of games. Downside was there was a line for every single one once we actually got into the booth. You still had to wait quite a bit. So between you and me, I actually only played 2 games. So I did get to play Sushi Striker. If you watched my last PAX East video, what I had said was the only game that I was really interested in playing was Sushi Striker, and that's what I played. And I loved it as much as I thought I would. It's just a fun, pretty casual, but fast-paced game, and so I'm really looking forward to Sushi Striker. The other game I played was SNK Heroines, which is a fighting game. I'm just really not into fighting games, so it's still not quite for me, but it was cute, and I won all 4 rounds that I played, so woohoo. Also, I definitely got a pin of a lady with huge boobs, so that was nice. I think I lost it, though. I did overlook quite a bit of Donkey Kong because there was a big Donkey Kong setup, and I saw some Hyrule Warriors, which looked like Hyrule Warriors, and I saw some of the indie games set up in the back. I watched a bit of The Messenger, which looks really interesting. I actually went to the Messenger booth a few times over the weekend, and the second time I went back, it was just the Messenger. In the front of the Nintendo booth, they had a big screen just like last year that was playing a bunch of different stuff. Most of the time it had Splatoon gameplay on it, while people on the sides of the screen, there was 4 on each side, and those people were competing 4v4. I played 1 game of Splatoon, we won. Other times on the stage they had a nice MC, they had races in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and some Mario Odyssey gameplay. Also, I didn't get to play Travis Strikes Back, but I walked past the booth a bunch of times, and I saw Goichi Suda the creator and owner of Suda51. I saw him there multiple times. He was really awesome, being super sweet to all of the No More Heroes fans, and just watching people play his game and watching them enjoy it. So I think that was really cool for him to be there. If I had one criticism about the Nintendo booth, it would be that I really wish there was a way to watch the gameplay that was happening inside from outside, because there were so many cool games that there was no way to experience without waiting 2 hours in line. And a lot of people aren't willing to wait 2 hours in line. Just standing in line, I saw so many people get in line, realize that it was a 2-hour wait, and then leave. It would be really cool for some of the games inside that booth to be feeding to TVs outside of the booth so people could watch what was actually happening. I was also lucky enough to meet a bunch of new people who came up to me to say hi and who knew who I was. That was really sweet of you, so thank you. It snowed on Saturday. I got this lovely video from my hotel room. By the way, this was the first year that I had a really awesome view of the line of PAX. That line outside is just all people waiting to get their bags checked so that they can go inside and wait in more lines. You can't possibly go to PAX East without expecting to wait in multiple lines. That's just what you do if you want to play the games. If you have any specific questions about PAX East or other conventions, leave them below. I'll do my best to answer. Until then, I'll see you either on Twitch this weekend as I'm streaming, or next week when I upload my new video about Pokemon the card game. That's right, it still exists, and we all still have our cards, and we all like to think they're worth something, but they're not. Love you. Mwah. And before everyone asks, because it's their favorite comment, yep, they're contact lenses.